Hi, and welcome to another episode of Utah Crossbow Hunter, where today we're going to talk a little bit about the Ravin R500 um, and Broadheads. Um, we're going to try and see if we can find some Broadheads for this new crossbow. So, um, but before I get started though, um, remember you can find me on youtube.com/user/10RobRow. Also, you can find me on Rumble. And up at the top there, you'll see a spot that says video. Hit the drop down box and put in channel. Type in Utah Crossbow Hunter, all one word. And you can also send me an email on any future episodes that you would like to see me do. But again, hit the subscribe button on both of them, on Rumble and YouTube. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube and hit the plus sign on Rumble, and of course ring that bell on YouTube so you know when I have new episodes of Utah Crossbow Hunter. And the background noise, well, yep, it's my engineers having a good time today. So with that said, let's get started with today's show. Okay, so the Ravin 500, R500, sounds like a great crossbow. I've already done, one thing on it already. If you haven't seen that, please go back and watch it. It sounds like a great crossbow. But there's some things, like Raven says, it's 500 feet per second out of the box. It doesn't say up to 500 feet per second. It says 500 feet per second. And I'm assuming that is using their arrows on the crossbow. Now, the thing I'm having an issue with and trying to find is broadheads. So we're going to talk a little bit about the broadheads for the crossbow. So if you look at the Ravin website here, we're going to go down here. When you look at their broadheads, they got 3 of them on here, I believe. Yeah, just 3 of them on here. They only go up to 450 feet per second. So my guess is if you're using a broadhead that's not rated for the 500 feet per second, you might have a premature opening of the broadhead. That is my thinking. I could be wrong, but if you think I am, hit me up in the comments below. And if you know of any other broadheads, please, again, leave me comments below or send me an email. But again, this is just my research, what I have found for broadheads. So the only one that has one that they actually have 2 is the THORN broadhead, the HPX broadhead, and the Rift broadhead. Both of them say right on the package. Let me see here. Let me get my eyeballs here. Make sure I got. If you look at them, let's see if I can get those on there for you. If you look, let me get them right up here. They say 500 feet per second. That's the only ones that I have found so far. When you go to Crossbow Nation, another, search, the only thing they have there is the THORN broadheads. On YouTube, I can't find anything about anybody actually shooting the broadhead or shooting the crossbow. I mean, there is a few things on here for the crossbow, mostly a review without a crossbow. Okay, and if you go over here to Amazon, Rage doesn't have anything. I think that's the hypodermic. I think it doesn't really say on their, for the Rage. When I've gone to Amazon, only thing when I've looked at Rage, Nothing says anything about their feet per second, but I'm assuming, and I could begin to be wrong on that, 450 feet per second. And of course, the THORN broadhead on there. They got some other broadheads on here, but not many. When you put in the 500 feet per second, like it says up here, I put in 500 feet per second for Crossbow broadheads. And basically what I have found is, you guessed it, the THORN broadhead. So, again, that's going to be, I guess, hopefully, other companies come out with a broadhead that shoots up to 500 feet per second. But that could be a little difficult. Like I said, I have these thorns. I love these thorns. But there's only one so far that talks about the 500 feet per second. So, yeah, I mean, that's the only thing. But they do have it in multiple packages. They got the R500 sniper package, the 500 regular, I guess call it the regular, and then the 500E sniper package, and the regular package, I guess you'd call it. But these ones here are a little bit cheaper, not much, but the cheapest is the 500 without the electric motor. It's just a crank, and it's on two shafts, or screws, as they call it, on their crossbows. But so I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And then they put this crossbow out, and it's safe for the spring. So my guess is they don't have any available to buy now. That is my guess. Got to pre-order the crossbow. But I'm guessing at that myself. But would I love to field test it? Absolutely. It sounds like a great crossbow to have fun with and get out there and shoot. But the only thing I don't like is what is in their advertisement. It says it shoots, here's your new rifle. I think that's kind of wrong, because it's not a rifle. It's a crossbow. But the way, we won't get started on that, on the 2A stuff. That just gets me in an uproar. But so we'll have to wait and see how things develop over time for the Ravin R500. So with that said, let's come back with some final thoughts. Okay, so for final thoughts on the new Ravin, again, I think it might be a pretty good, decent crossbow. Well, I shouldn't say decent. It's going to be the top of the line crossbow for futures to come, and they've set their sights pretty high on this crossbow. But it says right here, firing arrows downrange at 500 feet per second. Using the Versa drive cocking system with internal screws to drive. So, I mean, the way they set this up, it sounds pretty neat, considering it's a 3.6 axle to axle. So, with the cams on it, I'm going to guess maybe 5 inches is going to be the width. But again, uncocked 7.6 is about what the older crossbows, I guess you could call them, were at when they were cocked. So It is thinner, but it is heavier at 9.9 pounds. So, but again, no reviews with an actual crossbow that I have found on YouTube as of yet. I mean, there might be some, but again, I don't see any on here. It's all promos and stuff to advertise. Basically, I guess you call it advertisements for the crossbow. So, would I love to? Like I said, would I love to try it? Absolutely. Don't get me wrong. Would I like to see more broadheads out there for it? Absolutely. So, that's just my thoughts on it. A quick video on the crossbow. So, with that said, remember, family first. Take care of your family. In all means, get out there and hunt. And see you on the next episode of Utah Crossbow Hunter.